Hello, I'm Herrick Kimball, author of the Planet Whiz Bang Idea Book for Gardeners. And today, in this video, I'm going to share with you the secret that I discovered for making simple, inexpensive, no-fade plant markers for your garden. First of all, I'm going to show you some plant markers from last year's garden so you can see how they weathered and that they did not fade. And then I'll get into the details of how you can make your own no-fade plant markers. Here are two no-fade plant markers from my garden last year. These are strips of wood, little stakes, 3/4 of an inch wide and an 1/8 inch thick, and length varies based on what I have for scraps, but these are about 18 inches long. And I've made plant markers out of wood stakes like this for many years, and I have used all kinds of things to write on them. I've used Sharpies, ballpoint pens, just a pencil. I used a grease pencil one year. I've tried everything and nothing works, but this idea worked. This idea was something different. These two stakes that you see right here were actually in the ground in my garden for more than 8 months, 8 months and a couple weeks, because I planted on March 9th. We harvested the crops, and then things got ahead of me. I was busy. I neglected the garden. It grew up to weeds. It was mid-November before I pulled these stakes up. And look at them. They're still clear. The writing is still clear. This is remarkable. And I'm going to show you right now the secret to making no-fade plant stakes like you see right here. You are going to need 3 things to make your own no-fade plant stakes. First thing is a good quality pencil. This is a vintage pencil. Most vintage pencils have very good quality lead, and that's what you want. There may be modern equivalents in quality, but I don't know what they are. Most vintage pencils will work for you. I buy these at yard sales all the time because I'm a pencil nut. I love pencils. You want number 2. Number 2 lead, right there. You don't want 2.5, you don't want 3, you want number 2. So you want the good pencil lead or graphite, whatever that is, in a vintage pencil, typically, and you want number 2, lead. Then, second important thing you need to make this happen, we'll get in focus here. You want a blunt tip on the end of your pencil, like you see on the top there. It doesn't work with a sharp pencil. If you sharpen the pencil like you see on the bottom, that's fine, but then take it and rub it on paper and shape your tip so it's a blunt end, like you see right there. Yeah. Okay, you got the idea on that. The third important thing, the third necessary thing to make this happen is you need some spray polyurethane or lacquer. Either one works. And the intuitive thing is to take your pencil right on the wood and then spray over it. But that's not what we're going to do here, because that really doesn't work. It doesn't work nearly as well as what I'm going to show you right now. And that is you 1, 2, 3, give it a spray, get some wet poly, in this instance, on the surface, and write on the wet poly with the pencil, like this. Okay, something happens with that mixture of wet polyurethane and the pencil lead. It fixes the pencil lead there. It fixes your lettering. And then I will finish off with a couple sprays over the top. Now, I'm not slathering a large amount of the polyurethane on there. That's not necessary. And I'll show you another example here. This stake right here, I made this last year for my garden and made it just like I just showed you. And this has all the lacquer or polyurethane, whatever I happen to use at that time, is gone. It's all gone. There's no residue of that anywhere. But the lettering remains. The lettering is clear. And that's because it was fixed somehow by this material writing into it when it was wet, by this polyurethane, I should say. So there you go. You now know the secret. It's okay. You can tell other people. Tell them about my video here. Share it with them. Give me a thumbs up if you thought this was a good tip. I'd appreciate that. And that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching.